This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our top story this evening, preparing for Tropical Storm Cindy. The National Weather Service expects the storm to make landfall near Lake Charles, Louisiana, sometime after midnight, so it could be soon. Its effects already being felt with heavy rain, 50-mile-per-hour winds, and flash floods threatening the coast from Florida to Texas. ABC's Tracy Clemens has more from Texas.
High surf, flood water, heavy wind and drenching rain already hammering coastal areas across 5 states. The governors of Louisiana and Alabama each declaring a state of emergency. The area also under a tornado threat. The leading edge of the storm filled with funnel clouds. Families watching waterspouts come ashore in Mississippi. More than half a foot of rain drenching the state. Hundreds of roads there submerged. By Friday, forecasters expect rain totals of up to 12 inches possible in some spots. In New Orleans, this pond is full of water out of Lake Pontchartrain. This levee, all that's keeping it from flooding that nearby neighborhood. And Lake Charles, an area that knows hurricanes well.
It's been hit by large hurricanes in the past, and with these coastal marshes, definitely get to higher ground.
In Texas, the Bolivar Peninsula is under a voluntary evacuation.
We're planning on losing electricity. This Bolivar is notorious for losing electricity.
Meaning the elderly or those with medical conditions are on the way out. And sadly, Cindy has claimed one life, a 10-year-old killed on an Alabama beach. Storm surge knocking a log onto him. Here in Galveston, we have a lot of tourists here on the beach just watching the Gulf as the storm comes closer. Everyone here on Galveston Island watching the forecast closely because we know wind and rain are going to be picking up overnight, and that means for Galveston Island, power outages, and in some cases, those power outages will last a while. Everyone here hoping Cindy stays far away. Tracy Clemens, ABC News, Galveston, Texas.
And Bob Harrigan, of course, tracking this storm. Bob, I know everyone here on the Florida Gulf Coast wants to know how this is going to affect our weather.
Well, the thing is, we have had some impacts. They've been very minor at best. Some rip current advisories, those have since expired. Also, we had a few water spots really just a couple of days ago. That was it as well. So not much of an impact here on our coast, but let's get to the storm Cindy. As far as landfall goes, landfall is going to happen 3, 4, maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. So about 4 or 5 hours from now. The center is still off into the Gulf of Mexico, and it is still pushing off toward the northwest. Now it's northwest at 7. The winds remain at 50 miles an hour. A reconnaissance aircraft expected to investigate the area within the upcoming hour or so. A ship report and also some of the oil rigs out here just to the west reported wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. A sustained wind at 50 expected to make landfall. It doesn't look like it's going to gain much strength as it makes its way off toward the northwest. Right there at the Texas and Louisiana border, there are tropical storm warnings in effect from Galveston stretching eastward to the mouth of the Mississippi. Eventually it will weaken as it pushes off toward the east and once it makes landfall. Now rainfall estimates for the next 12 to 24 hours still very high. In some areas it could get up to 6 to 8 inches additional rainfall right there into parts of Alabama and even into the panhandle of Florida, and then another spot right by Houston could see an additional 6 inches of rain. Now the wind flow, and as far as the wind goes, a 39-mile-an-hour winds up to about 45 can be expected all the way from Galveston to Port Arthur to Lake Charles, and Beaumont, Texas could get some of that wind. That wind will quickly, though, abate by around 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We should start to see that wind come to an end in terms of tropical storm force. Well, much more in our forecast, and looks like a lot more sunshine in it for us coming up in a few minutes. Back to you, Haley.
Thank you, Bob. The trial of a Bradenton man accused of killing his girlfriend's toddler is underway in Manatee County. 37-year-old Richard Williams is charged with second-degree murder in the death of William Quincy Pollard in July of 2015. The jury heard from Pollard's mother today and listened to recorded tapes of Williams's account of what happened. Courtney Pollard described the hours just before she left her 17-month-old son in her former boyfriend's care. The state attorney's office says the boy died as the result of blunt force trauma to his head. However, Williams denies ever hitting the boy.
At that point, I didn't know how serious it was, and then I asked if he was awake, and I was told that he was not and that he was trying to shake him awake.
And then he started like not responding, like going limp. So then I was really scared. I didn't really know what to do.
If convicted, Williams will face up to life in prison. Sea turtle nesting season is in full swing on the Suncoast with more sea turtle activity than ever before on Anna Maria Island. They're actually running into some issues. ABC7's Rick Adams has more from the island.
Well, sea turtle nests like this can be seen up and down the entire Suncoast. Here on Anna Maria Island, they are having a little bit of a problem with beachgoers getting in the way of these sea turtles. Officials with the Anna Maria Island Turtle Watch say beachgoers may be doing more harm than good when trying to help mark the spot where sea turtles are placing their eggs. And we're being told there's been a lot of that going on lately, especially late at night. Susie Fox, longtime director of the Anna Maria Island Turtle Watch, says it's something that is done by her or one of her team members each morning around sunrise.
If you are on the beach at night and you see a sea turtle, please stay 100 feet away behind her. And as she moves back toward the water, back away, stay quiet, don't touch, no photographs.
A big part of the problem has been beachgoers walking on the tracks of sea turtles, which covers important data that needs to be collected. Tanya Reska visits Anna Maria Island from Indiana with her husband many times a year. Part of the attraction for them is having these sea turtle nests at the beach.
I can't imagine what thrill somebody would get out of disturbing a nest, you know. And I hope that doesn't happen, and if they do, I hope they get caught.
If you do see anything suspicious going on with these sea turtle nests, you're being encouraged to call police immediately.
The police are out watching now. If they see you around a sea turtle nest trying to mark it or do anything, even put little seaweeds or seashells or rocks or whatever they're putting out there to help us mark it, you actually could get a fine.
The fine can cost you hundreds of dollars, and you can even get jail time. For Alexis Swint and her 3-year-old daughter, they tell us they love the beaches at Anna Maria Island and the sea turtle nest as well.
Actually, as we walked in, I showed her the nesting area and I explained to her kind of what was going on and what was in the area, and she was all excited about it.
And if you do have any questions or concerns regarding sea turtle nesting, you could log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting from Anna Maria Island, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Rick, and also a good time to remind everyone to turn off those lights at night. The Florida Highway Patrol has recovered a stolen vehicle after finding it submerged in water along a dirt road in Punta Gorda. The blue Honda sedan was found near the intersection of US 41 and Tucker's Grade. Troopers say 2 teenage boys were seen near that vehicle. As they approached, the teens fled into a wooded area. A routine check revealed that the car was reported stolen in Illinois yesterday. The boys, who are from Illinois, were found and then arrested for grand theft auto. In Manatee County, it's now safe to leave your car in bar and restaurant parking lots overnight without the fear of it being towed. A new ordinance passed by the Manatee County Commission aims to keep drunk drivers off the road. They're encouraging you to leave your car behind and find a safer way home if you have been drinking. Starting Monday, customers can leave their vehicles in these property parking lots after 9 p.m. without being towed. However, the car must be picked up by noon the following day. The law does not apply to the cities of Bradenton and Palmetto. However, they can opt into this ordinance.
With the DUI laws, I mean, nobody can afford one of them, and we don't want people to take the chance of injuring somebody else or themselves on their way home. So I think if people knew that they could stay and not have to worry about their vehicle, they'd have a better time and would be more apt to take that cab.
Bradenton Mayor Wayne Poston says the city has not discussed the issue yet, but that it seems like a good idea. Drivers looking to get on I-75 southbound at University Parkway will need to find another route tonight. The on-ramp is closed until 5 a.m. while crews pave the lanes. And those looking to get off of I-75 northbound at University Parkway tomorrow night will need to find a different route. The off-ramp will be closed for construction from 11 p.m. until 5 a.m. The work is all part of the Diverging Diamond project, and that project is expected to be complete by the fall. Those looking to fly to Canada will soon have more options for services on the Suncoast. Elite Airways is announcing new flights between Sarasota Bradenton International Airport and Nova Scotia, with one stop in Portland, Maine. The flights will run on Sundays and Thursdays, and the service begins on July 2nd. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast, plus an update on Cindy. And a police lieutenant stabbed in the neck at the Flint, Michigan airport. Now, that's being investigated as an act of terror. And why some people are suing the Metro Police in D.C. over incidents that happened at the presidential inauguration.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Belt Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
You know, Bob, the areas you mentioned that are likely to get hit by Cindy, these people who live there, having lived in that region, I mean, they're used to these kind of things, but it doesn't make it any easier.
No, you know, and they were talking about hurricanes and how they have an impact. This is not anywhere close to a hurricane, too. Right. That's another good thing to, you know, for those folks there. It's gonna be tough, you know. Tropical storms are not just tropical storms. They do pack a punch. We learned about that in 2001 with Gabrielle here along the west coast of Florida, knocking power over to 200,000 people here along the sun coast, and that was a tropical storm. Well, this time around, Cindy has just brought some high surf occasionally here along the sun coast, a couple of marine advisories, a couple of water spouts 2 days ago, but that's been about it, really. We could use the break, and we got a little break from Cindy, taking a lot of the moisture with it. We haven't had a lot of rainfall. We've had some brief showers here and there, certainly, but the RIP current advisory is no longer in effect for coastal waters here. Tropical storm Cindy set to make landfall sometime after now. It looks like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. it is still a little bit offshore. The winds are at 50. It looks like it's going to stay there too. The pressure has been dropping though all evening long. It's down to 992 millibars, and the next advisory will be at 2 a.m. our time. It makes landfall, as I mentioned, sometime around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, looks like now, right at the border of Texas and Louisiana, and then it progresses very quickly off toward the northeast there. Now, as far as we're concerned, we're not seeing any rainfall from it, but boy, the panhandle of Florida still is. And obviously right there near Houston, Galveston, all the way up to Port Arthur, that's where the storm is. Now, the center is still offshore ways. You can see the rotation right here, rather broad circulation with not a lot of deep convection developing around it at this time. It's still about 93 miles or so to the south-southeast of the Texas and Louisiana border. And so that puts it about 4 hours away from making landfall, give or take an hour, depending upon if it decides to slow down a little bit. But right now, these are the areas that will see the heaviest wind and the strongest rain over the next several hours. And then there's a tornado watch in effect for the panhandle of Texas, or I should say a panhandle of Florida, all the way over to Mississippi, and looks like New Orleans is going to be spared the heavy rainfall from this. They could still see some moderate to heavy showers, though, through the overnight hours. For us, all the rain, for the most part, is over. Still some showers in the inland counties pushing off to the north. Currently, it's 80 degrees. It's warm. It's muggy with the dew point temperature up there at 74. It feels like 85 degrees. The pressure 30.08 inches. The news on it, it's starting to rise. So our pressures are starting to get a little higher, and that means more sunshine in the forecast for us on Thursday and Friday. 92, it will be hot though. 92 today. We'll see low 90s again tomorrow. 89 is the normal high, and 97 the record set back in 1998. We could use a little break from the rain, and we're going to get it tomorrow. Just a few showers expected in the afternoon. That rain chance not all that high. We're well above average for the month, over 5 inches. Temperatures around the state, 77 in Orlando. It's 84 now. In Key West and in Miami, temperatures all up and down the coast, upper 70s to low 80s, or mid 80s. In some cases, it feels like that way. 77 in Arcadia now. The Gulf water temperature now at 85 degrees. So if you're running the beaches, a little bit warmer there for our overnight readings. Forecast Thursday looks good. More sunshine. I talked to Richard Cern a couple of days ago. He said, am I going to be able to get my tennis in on Thursday morning? I said, yeah, you should have no problem. And certainly he shouldn't, and neither should anyone else out there in the golf course or the tennis courts. Some showers and storms expected in the afternoon. They'll be scattered about. Wouldn't be a lot of heavy activity for a long duration. 65. Look at the cooler weather throughout the Great Lakes and the Detroit and Columbus, and hot, still hot in Salt Lake City at 90, Denver at 86 degrees, and yes, the heat goes on out west. Phoenix now at this hour at 110 degrees. For boaters, still a bit choppy out there. Seas running 2 to 4 feet. And the bays inland waters will see choppy conditions. Tides upcoming. The next low tide will be at 5:15, and sunrise will be at 6:36. 7-day forecast calling for pretty quiet weather through Saturday. Chances for showers come back Sunday in the afternoon and evening, and that sticks around all through next week. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. The FBI is investigating what it's calling a terror attack in Flint, Michigan. A man stabbed a police lieutenant in the neck in front of dozens of passengers at Bishop International Airport. The airport was evacuated and shut down.
I went upstairs and I saw a cop, and he was down, and there was a whole bunch of blood everywhere.
Investigators say the lone attacker was heard yelling before and during the stabbing, saying things like, "We're all going to die," and "Allah Akbar," or "God is great" in Arabic. Lieutenant Jeff Neville was taken to the hospital in critical condition. He is expected to survive. The suspect has been arrested and is cooperating with police. The FBI is also revealing more information about the shooting during practice for the annual congressional baseball game last week. The FBI says the shooting appears to have been a crime of opportunity for a man who hated Republicans. 66-year-old James Hodgkinson was living in his van next to the field for weeks when he spotted lawmakers practicing. The FBI says he fired 60 shots, but they were not sure who was the intended target. GOP Majority Whip Steve Scalise was critically injured. His recovery status so far has improved to fair. Capitol Police officers David Bailey and Crystal Griner were also injured. They killed Hodgkinson in a gunfight. Senate Republicans are expected to release a new health care bill tomorrow. Sources say the proposal would cut and revamp Medicaid and end penalties on people not buying health insurance coverage. The Senate plan would also drop the House bill's waivers, allowing states to let insurers boost premiums on some people with pre-existing conditions. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell plans to release the measure tomorrow morning and hopes to push it through the Senate next week. The Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. is being sued for how officers responded to protests on Inauguration Day. The lawsuit filed today says police violated the rights of 4 people by using pepper spray and flashbang grenades without warning or justification. The lawsuit claims police also held demonstrators without food, water, or access to toilets. More than 200 people were charged with rioting after protesters broke windows and set fires on Inauguration Day. The Metropolitan Police Department says they will investigate any allegations of misconduct. The names of the jurors who deadlocked in the Bill Cosby sexual assault case have now been released. The judge ruling the names be released after urging from the media, but said the jurors could not discuss what other jurors said during deliberations. Prosecutors and defense attorneys wanted to keep the jurors' identities a secret, saying their disclosure would make it more difficult to pick an impartial panel for the next trial. A mistrial was declared on Saturday after the jury deliberated 52 hours without a verdict. Prosecutors plan to try Cosby again on charges he drugged and molested a woman in 2004, charges Cosby denies. Sports is next. We'll be right back.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
It's a star-spangled 4th of July sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding. With 2.5 acres, Bacon's is Southwest Florida's largest furniture showroom. Beautiful furniture in any style, for any budget, with savings of 30, 50, even 70% off throughout the store. Celebrate your independence with extra savings on all Flex Steel furniture. Come see why Bacon's is voted the #1 place to buy furniture year after year. The 4th of July sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding in Port Charlotte. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. How to donate your business suits to get veterans back to work. A new novel with local characters and Gold Rush Barbecue in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Now, sports.
The Rays closing out their series against the Cincinnati Reds this afternoon at the Trop. To the bottom of the 4th, the Rays already up by 1. Trevor Plouffe hits a home run to bring the Rays up 2-0. Same inning, single by Malik Smith allows Daniel Robertson to score. And then to the bottom of the 6th, the Rays They hit a hot streak. Up 4-2, Steven Souza Jr. hits a single to center and Sucre scores. Same inning, Logan Morrison doubles on a fly ball. Souza and Corey Dickerson both score on that play. Then a home run by Taylor Featherston in the bottom of the 7th will help the Rays close this one out, and they go on to win 8-3. The Florida State Seminoles continue their fight in the College World Series, looking to stay alive in their second elimination game. The Seminoles facing Louisiana State University tonight. The Tigers running away with this one early with 5 runs in the 2nd inning. A home run in the bottom of the inning will at least get the Seminoles on the board. They score again in the bottom of the 7th, and then top of the 9th, LSU getting 2 more runs in. The Seminoles close in with 2 home runs, but it's just not enough. The Tigers win 7-4 to advance, knocking the Seminoles out of this College World Series. Changes are coming to the PGA Tour. It is now beefing up its anti-doping policy. The Tour will add blood testing next season and bring its list of banned substances in line with the World Anti-Doping Association. Blood testing will allow the Tour to detect any use of human growth hormone, which is on the list of banned substances but cannot be detected through urine. The revised policy takes effect in October, which is the start of next season. That's a look at sports. We'll have our lotto numbers right after this.
I love big bling for little Ching. That's why I only wear Spectralite diamonds from Created Gems, or I wear nothing at all.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance, I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance, I'm gonna take it.
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the blingiest of them all? You are, with Spectralite diamonds, all gorgeous and affordable. Only found at Created Gems, where you always get big bling for little Ching.
A local high school principal is being honored by the state. Dr. Rachel Shelley has been named Principal of the Year by the Florida Department of Education. She was one of 3 finalists for the award. She won a cash prize of $5,000 as well as a $1,000 prize to go to Booker High School. She was nominated by the Sarasota County School Superintendent. Her colleagues praised her for her dedication to helping students succeed and for her relationship-based leadership. And I know she's done a lot at Booker to bring some innovative ideas there. They have a lot of really neat programs and they've improved their campus. So I know she's really done a lot of great work there. So congrats.
That's absolutely right. Good deal. Things
Best
looking good
in the
there.
state of Florida.
And looking good too weather-wise for us tomorrow to have a great time out there on the beaches. It should be finally some sunshine and no risk of any rip currents. So it looks good.
Sounds good. See you tomorrow.